My name is Tandy, and I'm a South African woman in my late 30s. I feel like my life is unraveling, and I don't know where to turn. I have made mistakes, big ones, and now I am desperate for a way out. I have heard about Ukuthwala rituals, and I have considered traveling to Mozambique to seek help from traditional healers there. But deep down, I'm not sure if this is real or just a desperate attempt to fix what I have broken. I need to confess my story, not just to clear my conscience, but to seek guidance from those who might understand. The beginning of my downfall. It all started with my small business. I run a catering company, something I've been passionate about since I was a young girl, helping my grandmother in the kitchen. For years, I worked hard, building my reputation and client base. But things took a turn for the worst when the economy started struggling. Clients began cutting back on events and my income dwindled. I was barely making ends meet and the stress was overwhelming. Then an opportunity came my way, a tender to provide catering services for a government event. It was a big contract, one that could have saved my business and changed my life. I was overjoyed when I won the tender, but I had no idea how much it would cost me in the end. The tender and my terrible mistake. When I received the tender, I was given an advance payment to cover the initial costs of the project. But instead of using the money wisely, I made a series of poor decisions. I was drowning in personal debt, my rent was overdue, my car payments were late, and I had loans from friends and family that I needed to repay. I told myself I would just use a small portion of the tender money to sort out my personal problems and then focus on the job. But one thing led to another, and before I knew it, I had used almost all the money of the tender. I kept telling myself I would fix and find a way out. I thought I could borrow more money or find another source of income to cover the costs of the tender. But time ran out, and I couldn't deliver on my promises. The client found out, and the tender was frozen. Now I am facing legal action, and my business is on the verge of collapse. I've lost the trust of my clients, my friends, and even my family. I feel like I've hit rock bottom. Desperation and search for a quick fix. In my desperation, I started looking for ways to fix my situation quickly. I couldn't sleep at night, and the guilt was eating me alive. That's when I heard about Ukuthwala rituals. A friend told me about a traditional healer in Mozambique who specializes in helping people with financial problems. She said he could perform rituals to bring back luck, wealth, and success. At first, I was skeptical, but the more I thought about it, the more convinced I am that this might be my only way out. I've always been a spiritual person, and I believe in the power of traditional healing, but I've also heard stories of people being scammed or misled by fake healers. I don't know if this is real or not, but I'm willing to try anything at this point. I have considered selling some of my belongings to raise the money to travel to Mozambique and pay for the rituals. My inner conflict. As much as I want to believe that Ukuthwala rituals can help me, I can't shake the feeling that I'm just looking for an easy way out. I know I made mistakes, and I know I need to take responsibility for my actions, but the thought of facing the consequences terrifies me. I'm ashamed of what I've done, and I don't know how to fix it. Part of me wonders if I'm just running away from my problems. Maybe I'm hoping that a ritual will magically make everything better, so I don't have to face the mess I've created. But another part of me believes that there's a spiritual solution to every problem, and that traditional healing could be the answer. A plea for guidance. I'm writing this confession because I need help. I need someone to tell me if I'm making the right decision by seeking Ukuthwala rituals in Mozambique. Is this real, or I am just being naive? Should I focus on finding practical solutions to my problems, or is there a spiritual path that can guide me out of this mess? I also need to confess my mistakes and ask for forgiveness. I know I have let people down, and I know I have made terrible choices, but I'm not a bad person. I'm just someone who got overwhelmed and lost their way. I want to make things right, but I don't know where to start. What I have learned so far. Through this ordeal, I've learned that quick fixes rarely work. I thought using the tender money for personal expenses would solve my problems, but it only made things worse. Now I'm worried that seeking Ukuthwala rituals might be another quick fix that could lead me to more disappointment. I've also learned the importance of honesty and accountability. If I had been honest with my clients and asked for help when I needed it, maybe things would not have gotten this bad. Instead, I tried to handle everything on my own and it backfired. Moving forward, I don't know what the future holds, but I know I need to make things right to change my life. Whether or not I decide to pursue Ukuthwala rituals, I need to take responsibility for my actions and find a way to rebuild my life. I'm willing to work hard, seek guidance, and make amends for my mistakes. If anyone reading this has been in a similar situation or has advice to offer, I would be grateful for your support. I'm ready to listen, learn, and grow from this experience. And if anyone has knowledge about Ukuthwala rituals or traditional healing, please share your insights. I need all the help I can get. Thank you for listening to my confession. I hope that by sharing my story, I can find the strength to move forward and make better choices in the future.